Hello, our SeptaSOAREous.
I'm Septa.
I'm Soar, and this is us. Sorry for the voice crack. We are sick still.
Yes.
So, energy levels are capped out in a lower realm, and we might hear some sniffles and stuff like that.
Yes.
Please forgive us.
Sorry.
But today, we plan on checking out MAMAMOO, Egotistic.
Yes. Our patrons voted on which song, and they chose Egotistic.
It is December, which means that every week we're going to try to be promoting a charity for everyone to participate in. We don't have a huge subscriber base or anything like that, but we feel like maybe it's enough to make some kind of difference.
So right now we are sharing sharethemeal.org. And they have an app that you can download onto your phone to make it a very user-friendly experience for you. And we ourselves are going to make a donation. And we really hope that you guys can too. Because I know not everybody has a lot to give, but even a lot of us giving a little bit can make a big difference.
Yes.
So if you can donate anything, consider it.
But let's get into it. Let's check it out.
Yes, and we did already read the translated lyrics.
It seems like someone's lover is kind of just doing whatever they please and doesn't really care about the person that's singing about it. It's basically in the song title, Egotistic. The
Yes.
person is very egotistical, and it makes for a crappy relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does happen. I think almost everybody has gone through that relationship where that person is very self-centered, and you don't have to, but you do, usually because you're young and you don't know any better. You make everything about them too, because that's what they want. So you cater to it, and you feed into it, and you try to give them everything you can, and then you realize after a certain point that no matter how much you do, it's never going to be enough for them, because they will still always only care about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, you gotta cut ties.
And at least from my experience, usually when you realize it, it's when something bad or upsetting happens to you, and you're looking to them for support, and they just don't care at all. So it sucks, because usually when you find out that the person is that way is when you kind of need them. And that could be a rude awakening.
Yeah, usually it's like a drastic change of circumstance.
Exactly.
It just kind of opens your eyes. Ooh, we
It's a
got
nice finger
Spanish
style.
guitar. Okay.
Super colorful.
그렇다고 네가 태양은 아니네 너의 멋대로 중심이 돼 제 멋대로 굴면 안 돼 어떻게 한순간의 떨림이 소리 없이 너의 두 눈을 가리네 너의 뜻대로 흘러가네 내게 상처를 주면 안돼 네 생각만 하지 그래 뭐 그게 참 당연한 듯이 어리석게 너에게만 맞춰왔던 게 날 괴롭히네 마지막까지 부를게 할 말이 없어 go away 설명이 더 필요해 화를 놔도 내 입만 아프다니까 너 멋대로만 해봐라 난 언제나 너너너너 해 난 언제나 나나나나 해 이야야 이야야 네 멋대로 중심이 돼 너만 생각해 그렇다면 너너너나 해 이야야 이야야 네 멋대로 굴면 안 돼 멋대로만 해 밤을 새워 버렸어 차갑게 식은 어리다 너의 태도가 이해 안 돼 이젠 조금씩 지쳐가네 이제 너도 내 걸 챙겼지 너 없다고 무너질 내가 아니네 너의 품에서 벗어날래 내 멋대로 살아갈래 내가 맞춰야 돼 매번 대성해 매 이런 식으로 매일 반복돼 나의 허위 애도 너의 권리만 있다면 뭔가 잘못된 거지 뭘 그렇게 너 No, 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 hey. I don't, baby, I don't stay. I don't, baby, I don't stay. I'm ready to go my way. 할 말이 없어, go away. 설명이 더 필요해. 화를 놔도 내 맘 아프다니까. 나도 멋대로 할래. 비춰 말로.
Well, I like how it started with like the Spanish guitar, but it set the tone nicely for what the song was going to be.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be so like Spanish influenced.
It says that it came out like 4 years ago or so. I feel like I was hearing a lot of music coming out around that time with like the Spanish influence to it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they were kind of trying to like ride that wave, or if they've kind of just dabbled in it for a long time.
I know.
I literally don't know because it's the only
This
song
is our
we've heard.
only song, so we can't really compare.
But they did a good job with it.
Yeah.
It was definitely something that I feel like I would hear on the radio.
Yes.
It was well done. It was well produced.
I agree. And they all have lovely voices. And I noticed that they're leaning into what I'm seeing happen in a lot of groups where they have at least one rapper, if not multiple. But they're all great vocalists and very pretty.
Yeah, I could tell. I mean, like, aesthetic of the video was like them being pretty.
Yeah.
And then just like a cool aesthetic with like the sets that they were on.
Yeah, it was very leaning into just like the beauty aspect of everything. They had all of like the really vivid colors, and they threw in some fire, which is always really cool, and a leopard.
I don't like, one of them had like a rib tattoo and like shoulder tattoo and stuff. Thought that was pretty cool. I don't know if those are real or not, but I thought it was pretty cool. They would do like some shots kind of on it.
I am a fan of rib tattoos.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you are.
I don't have any, but I'm a fan of them.
But yeah, they're very pretty. They got like what they were going for. I think they achieved.
It was very eye-catching. I don't know where they were, if it was full like set designs or if it was a location shoot, but those buildings were so colorful, and that's not something that we see in the US.
Oh no, not at all. It's pretty stale, like everywhere you go here.
Yeah, everything's like beige.
If it was an actual place, definitely let us know. I thought it was a set because I'm not used to that kind of stuff.
I think
But it might
have
not
been
be.
a set because it was so pretty.
We have no idea.
We have no clue.
I might have been reading into it a little bit too much. But they burned the guitar at the end. But at the beginning, the guy was playing the guitar. So I don't know if the song was supposed to be about the guy. And then they were like kind of getting rid of him and being like, I'm going to take care of myself now and do what I want.
I like that.
And then like burning the guitar for it to be like, screw you, I'm done with you type of thing.
Yep.
That's the messaging I sort of got out of it. I thought it was pretty cool. It's like a subtle thing, but
That
it
is a subtle
told
thing.
a story.
But it does tell a story. I like that a lot. I like that interpretation. That would make sense. Especially with the lyrics of the song.
That's what I got from it. Still want to know what the leopard.
The leopard.
I still want to know what the leopard was doing there. Was that like her looking at herself, being like, "Nah, this is what you are. Get out of there. Go take care of yourself."
Oh, maybe.
Type of deal? I don't
Yeah,
know.
like fierce femininity.
There's some cool like in the chorus. They did some cool vocal stuff. Just like some like little like ear candies. I know there's a word for it. I never remember what it is. It's just like when you're doing like oohs and ahs and stuff. But it sounded really cool. And they also had like a synth, I think. It could have been like orchestral, but I'm not sure. And if it was a synth, it had a lot of like fuzz to it. That sounded really cool too. Kind of like rounded it out and like brought the chorus like to life a little bit.
Yeah.
Stand out a little bit, you know?
Yeah, they definitely had a really catchy chorus. I really like how the yous and me's repeated themselves so that a crowd could sing them.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a catchy thing so that no matter who's listening, you can like latch onto it.
I know, it used to actually be like kind of a pet peeve, but
I'm gonna be honest, it's still a little bit of a pet peeve depending on how it's done.
that's fair. It can be done tastefully, and I think they did it tastefully.
Yes. There's plenty of bands who kind of just like throw it in there in order to just create like a worm in your ear, you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't really vibe with the song that well. They were not one of those people. They did a good job.
Yeah,
With
and it still had meaning.
Exactly, yes. Yep. So I think they did it well, yeah.
I think that was a very interesting and good first experience with MAMAMOO. I'm really curious if they always lean into like Spanish sounding songs or what their usual style is or if they like to genre hop. I don't know anything about them.
Yeah, was this like an era or like, what? I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm really curious. But you guys, if you've heard of MAMAMOO before, tell us your favorite song down in the comments. And if this was your first experience, what did you think? Were you a fan? Not a fan? We want to have a conversation about it.
Also, those who do know MAMAMOO, they kept having they showed like the emblem, like with the moon and like,
the
some other
crescent moon.
stuff going on. Can you just give us some like background on that? I know there's something to it. I just don't know what it is.
At the very least, I would assume that it's like album art or something like that, or it's just like their symbol.
Exactly, yeah.
In general.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, let us know. I'm curious because it is really pretty. I love me some like crescent moon designs, so.
But if you made it this far, please consider liking and subscribing. Maybe even hit that bell. Don't forget that there is a charity in the description below. There's a link to it. So go and consider donating. Doesn't have to be a lot. It could be $1. But until next time,
please remember that we love you.
Stay safe and healthy. And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye, guys.
Bye.